Hello guys, here we are again for some Bukowski Chronicles, and as I see, as long as I keep reading, just come out so many things that I lived before. Yeah guys, because I stopped drinking. I was a heavy drinker, a heavy party. You know what I mean. And for 4 years already that I don't drink. So I started reading Bukowski this last year, and every time I read it, I said, oh shit, oh God, you know, remembering, come on, and of the situations that you lived by that he just wrote it. But anyway, guys, today I'll start with the In Search of a Hero. Okay, here we go. As far as literature is concerned, for a while, it was Hemingway. Then I noticed that his writing was imitating itself. He was not really writing anymore. As far as sex is concerned, I began quite late, and being fully rested, I gave it a roaring starting, learning more from each woman and applying it in all its fulsome aspects to the next. Awakening in strange bed after strange bed, and then back in some old bed, looking out the window in the morning to check on my car parked outside, and remembering that there was another woman for later that day, and maybe even another one that night. Dinners, lunches, walks in the park, walks by the sea. Sometimes, unexpectedly, a brother, a son, an ex-husband, and once a current husband. I knew of nobody with as many girlfriends as I had who was drinking as hard at the same time. I was penniless and stupid, and almost without reason. I would return now and then to my tiny dirty room to find wild notes under my door and in a mailbox from anxious females. I had no time to respond, and some then became enraged, trashing my automobile, breaking into my room, destroying everything in sight, female hurricanes from hell. And the phone rang without pause throughout. All this carnage, curses, wails, hang-ups, callbacks, threats of love, threats of death, and if I took the phone off the hook for a bit, soon the sound of a racing motor, the screeching of brakes, and then I rocked throughout the window. 3 times there was an attempted murder. Despite the fact that I was old and ugly, what is worse than poor, often without even toilet paper in the bathroom, but somehow, in my demented state, I became my own hero. I would go into black bars. I would go into biker bars. I would go drunk into Mexican bars. I would go anywhere. I would spit into the eye of God and even into the face of the devil. Then I would wake up somewhere with someone new in the morning, and the sun would be shining as if for me alone. I bought the cheapest junk cars of the lots and drove them to Caliente, to Mexico. The woman saying, "Jesus, you're driving this thing like a maniac." I would squander my meager dollars at the racetrack with bravado, as if all the gods were on my side. It all ended somewhere in a small room in downtown LA. I was there with this beautiful girl with long hair, so young, such a fine body, such long hair. It was almost all too much. I think it began in a bar downstairs or around the corner, and it was arranged that I was to have sex with this child of unbelievable beauty. But there was also a large heavy Mexican woman there, even uglier than I, and I turned to her and said, "You can leave the room now." "I stay," she said. "I make sure you not hurt her." Christ, she was ugly. The cheap flowers on the wallpaper bloomed and blossomed at me. I wanted the obvious to be obvious. I looked at the ugly woman. "I don't want her," I heard myself say. "I want you. Ugh, I'm going to fuck you." I rushed at her, noticed at the same time that the beautiful girl on the bed was not moving, was not interested, was not saying anything. The big woman was stronger than I. She fought me off. It was a battle. I reached for her breast. I tried to kiss her wretched mouth, but she was full of refried beans and good old-fashioned strength. We banged against the dresser, spun around. She shoved me away. I crashed against the wall. She rushed at me and swung a heavy arm at the end of which was attached a metal claw I had not noticed. No hand, just this gleaming, metallic, dangerous claw. I ducked under the claw and swung again. I leaped aside and ran to the door to find it shut tight. I ducked under the swinging claw once more. I have no idea how it glinted in the cheap light that illuminated that heartless room. I flung open the door and ran down the stairway, and she chased me down. And I ran out into the street. I ran and ran and ran. And when I looked around, she was gone. And then, luckily for me, unlike so many other nights elsewhere and everywhere, I remembered exactly where I had parked my car. The albatross is a fake. The universe is a shoe. There are no heroes. There is only a mouse in the corner, blinking its eyes. There is only a corner with a blinking mouse. Toads embrace what's left of the sun as the monkey managed a tired smile.